はい、HataQです。アウターワールド続きをやっていきましょう。さあ、今回は、この遠く離れての方をやっていきましょう。ちょうどここにいたんでね。で、ここに来れば、進められるのかなというわけで行きましょう。メインクエストが2つあるっていうのが今回初めてなんだよな。なんか急に増えてたんだよな。どっから増えたかちょっとわからないけど。上ですな。ってことは乗ってけって感じかな。そろそろ到着するかな。そうだね。ここはまあ来たから探る必要もないでしょ。直線的に行っちゃいましょう。
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted. I understand you've infiltrated the ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
The powerful make the mistakes, and the powerless are left paying the price, as it has always been. Tell me, Adjutant, have you anything to offer beyond the usual false platitudes?
I'm offering decisive action, Vicar DeSoto. I can no longer depend on lazy, weak-willed bureaucrats to help me rescue Halcyon. I need someone with a backbone, someone like your captain.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill. But I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse. But there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
I cannot condone this plan. Wanton, senseless destruction of life is never the solution.
I don't need you to approve of my plan, Vicar. I need you to get it done. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there? There was an accident at the Emerald Vale geothermal plant many years ago. Automechanicals turned hostile and slaughtered the plant's workers. Tragic, really. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand? One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly. Report back to me when the job's done.
なんだよ、過ちだったのかよ。まあちょっとあれだけど。で、どうすりゃいいんだ。50メートル下。帰れということか。これ何上がってくるの待たなきゃいけないの？ あ、こっちがあるじゃん。さあどうなんだろう、戦闘になるのかな。先ちょっとレベル上げとこうかな。さあじゃあ行きましょう。
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the.
あれなんか増えてんな。ファンデーション。まあまあでも行かなきゃしょうがないから行くか。多分派生したんだよねこれね。 OK。この辺にわらわらとありますな。とりあえずここに行けってことか。確かにここで、そうだったね。こちゃこちゃってありましたな。そうすると何？また敵いるってことかな？この辺は問題ないな。もう争うことはないかな？じゃあ。
Described. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. This area is currently experiencing a surprise audit. Turn around and head back to your designated workplace or domicile.
めんどくさいかな。
What in law's name? Junior Deputy Constable? Says here you were deputized by Constable Reyes of Edgewater? Well, can't say I've ever heard of the Junior Deputy Constable position, but everything looks to be in order. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
意外にあれだな、あっさり騙されたな。まあいいや。一応目的の場所まではストレートに行きましょうか。もう見るほどあれでもないだろうし。これこっちからかな。これか。動作どうでしょう。なんか他に新しいモードとかいろいろあるのか。個人点、スペースロボット、最初に戻る。こんな感じかな。多分これで全部選んだよね。OK だと思うんだけど、どうでしょう。ロボットに対処する。今度はまた出ろってことか。で、どこまで行けと？今度何？こっちまで行けって感じか？これは何？もう戦う気満々ってことですか？ああ、でもこの辺なんかもう全然あれだよね。やる気だよね。なるほど。ここで戦いをしなきゃいけないのね。行きましょう。ガシガシと。これは移動しながら集めた方が良さそうだね。まだいるかい？本当だ、大反乱だね。まだいるの？任せていいんだろ？俺は回収に走るぜ。本当だ、すげえことになっちゃったんだ。ロボットにガシガシやられちゃったわけね。どこだ？いるね。この裏もいるね。先やっとこうか。拾うのと一緒。めんどくさいねこれ。拾いながら銃途中で補充は補充で別にしたいけど、このボタンを X ボタンに割り当てたのがものすごくこれ失敗だね。 いろんな意味でなんかやっぱりダメな選択だったね、このボタンの配置は。で、まあまあこの辺で拾ったしいいかな。で、どこで何すりゃいいって？あ、戻ればいいの？そっか、街を元にあれしたから大丈夫か。ここで他に選べるものはないね。OK、じゃあ戻りましょう。
If you stop in the engine room, we are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
直接上に飛びたいよね。こんなに長いエレベーターやんなくてもいいのにとか思うけど。さあ終わったぜ。
I've just been informed that the problem of Edgewater has been permanently resolved. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. There's just one last job I need you to do for me.
メインクエストだけあってでかいな、入る経験値。
You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we
なんかまた
need to
他にあ
begin
る
healing
ね。
the colony. I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
問題はこいつらのために働いていいかなんだよね。
colony ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
どうしよう。でもこれはこれでなんかずっと止まってんだよな。これってやんなくていいのかな？やんなくていいわけはないよな。グランドブレーカーもなんか結構話あんまりしてない感じするんだよね。
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask... Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Goodbye. We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. Good luck, Captain.
あとはここで進められそうだな。
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to
これ
save all
対
of us
立
is
してる
to
よね。
save
どっちかの味
himself?
方につけってことかな、
I
最後。
always knew Halcyon Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes two things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2. And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system microjumps were prohibited for a reason. Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
なるほど。どっちかを進めるとどっちかの評価が下がるのか。やっぱそうだね。これどっちかに決めないといけないのかもしれないね。
Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
ならでも評議会は俺は切り捨てたいね。
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers.
Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
OK。まあレベルが上がったからちょっとレベル上げだけ先にしようか。OK。で、どっちかの仲間になれってことが、なんかここがついに切り捨てられたね。これではっきりとあれかな。どっちの肩を持つかっていうのが決まったみたいですね。じゃあさっきのもし言ってたとしたらそうか、評議会の仲間になってたかもしれないってことだ。OK。俺はこっちの方に肩入れしたいので。ってことは逆に言うと最低2回はやらないとあれなのかな。全部のクエストできないのかな。メインクエストに関して言うと。サブはちょっとわからないけど。で、ホープにも行けと。その前にね、グランドブレーカーの方がね、まだやってないところあると思うんだよね。あそこ結構いろいろあったでしょ。ちょっとあそこを先に拾いたいな。これどうやって話せばいいのかな。なんかうまく話す方法ある
？Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is, not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one but 2 officers. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
じゃああれなのかな。これサブクエとしてやれるってことか。
The board's had it out for him for ages. Glad to hear it. Anything else?
そうか、ガラス越しに話せんのか。
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the security desk, ma'am. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away. We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. You did take care of McRed. About the only thing that'd make Commandant Sanita happier is if this heat problem were fixed too. Maybe she'd give you a thank you tour after that? Alright, I guess. In and out, though. Just try not to do any shady stuff. I'd like to keep my job.
何これ中にもしかして本当に入れるようになったんだ。なるほど。あんなにコソコソしなくてもこれでいけたんじゃん。なんだ。まあいいや。それでもサブクエ受けたわけじゃないのかな。パレス。さっきのサブクエって一瞬出たけど、これ何クリアになっちゃったってこと？そう。じゃあ次のサブクエ探しますか。さて、区切りも良さそうなんでね、今回はここまでということで、よかったらまた次回も見に来てください。チャンネル登録、そして、良ければいいねボタンの方もぜひよろしくお願いします。それじゃあ、また会おうぜ。